So this is the Elevate Lake, elevatellake.com, the economic development website. And to access our technology, you come right up here to Find Properties. Select Find Properties, and that opens up our installation of Recruit. Okay, so as you can see right here, we have got a map showing available properties. They are clustered on the map in these clusters, and we have a listing of properties on the left-hand side. I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes just introducing you to the features available in Recruit. We'll have time for some questions at the end of my presentation. And my discussion today is going to focus on 4 areas: searching for properties, running demographic reports, accessing community data, map features, and local information. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first topic, which is the property search. There are 3 ways to search for properties in Recruit. The first way is to use the advanced searching, filtering, and sorting options with over a dozen variables to search in the upper left-hand corner. You can search by building type, whether you're looking for sites or buildings or all property types. You can search for subtype within those building types. You can search for properties that are for sale or for lease within a particular city, within Lake County. Additionally, you can search by property size in acres or square footage, or by price, or within the address bar, you can enter a particular property address. If you know the property you're looking for and you want to jump to it quickly, you can just jump to it directly within this address bar. So let's do a quick case study and take a look at how these filters work. Let's look for a building that is an office building, and let's look within the city of Eustis. All right, so now you can see on the map and in the property search panel over here, we've gone from the initial over 100 properties down to 4 properties. The 4 properties are located right here. If I scroll into the map, which you can use either your mouse or these tools on the right-hand side, the property clusters will break down and we can see the actual location of the individual properties right here. And over Zoom, it takes a little moment, but you can see the 4 property icons here corresponding with the 4 properties on the left. As I hover over a property on the left, the icon on the page turns blue, so you know exactly where that property is located. Now, if you wanted to share these properties with a prospect or with a colleague, you could simply select this share button right here and copy this URL that pops up, drop it into an email, and you can share these 4 properties with someone. When the person you share that share link with clicks on that link, they will open up Recruit. They'll open up exactly to this page to see these 4 properties that are selected, as well as their location on the map. Additionally, if you wanted to print or export this map to show the locations of the properties, you could do so over here with the print widget. And you can just select that and you can export it as a PDF or as an image and share that with whomever you would like to share these properties with. Okay, so we've showed how you can search for properties using the filters. I'm going to go ahead and reset my search. That's going to bring all of our original 274 properties back. The second way you can search for properties is you could actually scroll through the infinite scroll panel. Every single property is listed here. You could just continue to scroll through to view all the properties available. With as many as 274 properties, that's not the most efficient way to search for properties. Additionally, you can search for properties on the map. This is the third way to search for properties. So let's suppose you're interested in properties in the Leesburg area. You could just scroll into Leesburg to see the properties that are available. You can see our clusters are breaking down. All right, so if you're interested in Leesburg and you want to see what more information about these particular properties, you can come over here to filter by map, check filter by map on the left-hand side, and automatically the map searches as a filter tool, and the map is now just showing the 25 properties shown on the map. And this is dynamic, so that as you move your map around, you'll notice that the property panel adjusts as well. So if you're interested in this particular area, you want to find out more about these properties, you can click on a particular property icon and you'll get some more information about this particular property. At the top of the box are 3 little dots. If you select the 3 dots, you can view more details. Now this property populates over here in the property listing panel. Okay, let's go back to, I'm going to reset my search. I'm going to remove filter by map. Let's go back to our original search. We were searching for office buildings and we had selected Eustis. Okay, so let's say that we're interested in this property and we want to find out a little more information. We can click on the thumbnail. And here you can see there's a space for attachments. This is where things like brochures and flyers can be included. They can be downloaded as a PDF. If there's building schematics or environmental reports associated with the property, they can be included here. Here's the main thumbnail image of the picture, but below this is the image gallery. So in the image gallery, you can actually scroll through and see additional images of the property. It's actually really a media gallery in that you can include, if there's video available for the property, video can be included, drone video or 360-degree interior video can be included for the property here. And we've got all of the property details included right here. Additionally, you can use this download brochure feature. And you can download a brochure of this particular property that includes the property details as well as really important information regarding Lake County and why Lake County is such a great place to locate. And the economic development team has done a great job of working with us to design really great informative brochures that include important information about Lake County in each brochure. So these are generated very quickly and easily just from this download brochure function here. Okay, so that concludes the discussion on searching for properties. Now we're going to turn to running demographic reports. Let's say that you're interested in this particular property right here, but you want to find out more information about this property. You want to understand some of the demographics, perhaps within a drive time of this property. From within the property details panel, you come up to the top right where it says reports. You now have access to the most advanced analytics to view demographic information from this particular property under several analysis areas. You can view in a ring or radius around the property, a driving time, driving distance, trucking time and trucking distance, and a walking time and walking distance, which can be particularly important to a more urban area. Let's select drive time. You now have the option to select up to 3 customized drive times just by using the scroll bar. We're going to scroll down to 10 minutes. We're going to look at 40 minutes and 60-minute drive time from our property. I'm going to select show more options, and now you have the option to use traffic. You can select the day of the week. Let's select Friday, since today's Friday at 9 a.m. driving to the property. Now I'm going to select get reports. And what the technology is doing now is it's going out into the database, Esri database, and in real time, it's creating these drive time from this property. So we selected a 10-minute drive time, which is shown in orange, 40 minutes, which is shown in green, and a 60-minute drive time from the perimeter of this shape to the properties. And we can just scroll right in a little bit to view more details. Again, this map can be printed with the print icon right here and shared with someone. Okay, so now we understand what the drive time is to this property. How do I get information? Right here on the left-hand side, we've got 46 Esri demographic reports. These reports have just a wealth of information. A good report to start with is this community profile. You can download it in Excel or PDF format. I'm going to select PDF. And now what's happening is that the software is going into the Esri database again, and it is creating a PDF document for these specific drive times that we just selected, 10 minutes, 40 minutes, and 60 minutes. Takes a couple of seconds. I'm going to open up this report and zoom in a little bit so that you can see. But this is a pretty exhaustive 7-page report. It includes population information. It reminds us that the property address is 1980 Previtt Street, and that we're looking at a driving time on Friday at 9 a.m. And here it shows the driving minutes that we selected, 10 minutes, 40 minutes, and 60 minutes. And then the demographic information is included for these specific drive times from this property. We've got household information, median household income, home value, per capita income, median age. There's just a huge amount of information here. Population by age, sex, race and ethnicity. There's also educational attainment, civilian labor force by population. Just a huge amount of information here. So if you're looking for demographic information, I recommend that you take a look at this community profile first, because it is a really good overview, but there's additional information on market potential for various industries, electronics and internet, health and beauty, restaurant, medical expenditures. So there's, depending on the industry that you're looking in, there's just a huge amount of information here. Okay, so that covers our second topic, which is running demographic reports. And our third topic is community data. So I've just shown you how to find out information around a particular property in the database. So we've been working in this Properties tab. Now we're going to take a look at the Communities tab. Under the Communities tab, you can see Lake County here, and I do want to just note that we are adjusting the geography so that the geography will not, this will be more of a straight line here. It actually includes this lake, but that is in the process of being updated. If you select Lake County, you'll see that what populates are the top 10 demographic variables. So there's infographics readily accessible on population by race and age, on growth rate, educational attainment, employment, and employment by industry, and housing and home value. These demographic variables are for within the geography of Lake County. If you want to dig deeper, come over to reports. You now have access to those same 46 Esri demographic reports for within the geography of Lake County. You can run a community profile report, which is the same report that I just showed you, but instead of for a drive time to a property, it shows you within the boundaries of Lake County. Similarly, if we go back, you have the option to view the same data by Lake County, but also by the 36 cities that intersect Lake County as well. So you can run the same reports just by clicking on that particular community. You'll view infographics and can run reports by each city within Lake County as well. Okay, so let's talk about our final piece, and that is the map. We're going to be taking a look at the map. I'm going to up here on the left-hand corner, you can see there's a little checkbox to hide the properties. I'm actually going to hide the property icons. They're going to disappear from the map because now we're going to do a little bit of work on the map, and I want to take a look at various layers. So we use layers in mapping to show local information for your community. You can see that we include layers for incentive and opportunity zones, land use and zoning, commercial parcels, various infrastructure layers, tax parcels, wetlands, recreation, education, broadband, and geographic boundaries. So there's just a huge amount of information, local information here. We're going to take a look at some of these in more detail. This is the land use and zoning. The whole idea behind layers is that Recruit allows you to come to one spot to find just a breadth of information that you might otherwise normally have to go to multiple sources to find the information. Recruit brings all of that information together so site selectors can come to one place and find the pertinent information that they need to make a good location decision. So you can see here we've got the legend open, and additionally you can click on a particular polygon. I'm going to click on this orange and find out a pop-up that this is zoned CFD for a community facility. You click on this teal blue, this is zoned agriculture. So you can either look at the legend or you can click on the individual polygons within the map to find out that information. And you can turn your property icons on if you want, so you can see where particular properties, when you scroll in, where they fit within this land use and zoning border. This is another layer. This is a tax parcel layer that is included. Great way to find a lot of information about a property. If you click on a particular parcel here and scroll through, you can see that there's just a huge amount of information about this parcel, the address, the land value, various prices, millage rates, lots of information included here, including the size of the parcel. Great way to access this information. I will add that this layer is actually linked to the layer within the ArcGIS account for the county. And so when the county layer is updated, this layer is updated at the same time because they're linked. And so that way you can have confidence that the information included in this layer is updated. Additionally, new layers that they've added are these commercial parcel layers. So here they've broken out medical layers, non-medical, vacant commercial, vacant industrial parcels. So let's just take a look. We'll scroll right in. I've turned on vacant industrial parcels, and now you can see these by community. And if you click on a parcel layer, you can find out more information. Who the owner is, the address, size, land value. So this is really helpful if you're looking for a specific type of property. Okay, well, we just did a really quick run through, and I'd like to open it up to questions if people have specific questions or comments about the technology, anything that I can help with.
If anyone has a question.
Or Mary Ellen and Tracy, is there something else you would like me to show from the technology?
Mary Ellen, can you think of anything?
I think maybe if you could address the custom reports a little bit, that piece of it, or kind of those tabs right across the top a little, that may be helpful as well.
Sure, be happy to. Up here at the top of the map, you can see we've talked about the layers. There's also the ability to create a custom report. I showed you initially how you can create a report from a property. You can create a report from a community. Additionally, you can create a custom report either by dropping a pin or by drawing a custom area within the community. So if there's no particular property, but you want to run a custom report, perhaps from the center of Claremont, you can just select to drop a pin. You can scroll in and drop that pin wherever you would like. You now have access to the same advanced analytical features that you had from a report or from within a community, and you can select to do a drive time from this particular dropped pin. So that can be really helpful if there's not a specific property that you're investigating, but you want to investigate a drive time from the center of a community. And here you can see that from the center of Claremont, we've done a 20-minute, 40-minute, and 60-minute drive time, and you can run those reports as well. So that's another really helpful way. If you don't want to, if you want to show maybe a drive time to a community as opposed to just the demographics for within the community boundaries, sometimes people are really interested in just a drive time from a particular community, and that's where dropping a pin comes in very handy. There's a little clear map up here at the top of the map. I'm going to clear the map, and I'll show you can also draw a custom area. So if you were to have a neighborhood that you want to investigate, or a downtown area, and you want to gather more information, let me clear this. Sorry about that. I was trying to move my map, not draw for you. So let's say we're looking here in Winter Garden, and you want to find out specific demographic information within this area. Select the area tool, and now you can drop pins around a custom area that you define. Close it by clicking on the first pin, and you have access to the demographic data for within this particular neighborhood. Also really helpful if you're thinking about locating a particular business within a certain area and you really want to just find out particular neighborhood demographic information. You can do that by using the custom area tool. Yeah. Thank you for asking that, Mary Ellen.
Kathy, I have a question real quick.
Yes.
You selected a neighborhood that is actually outside of the boundary for Lake County. Is that something that, because it looks like your Excel and PDF is like grayed out. Is that something that's not accessible?
Well, that's interesting. I didn't even notice that. You actually should not be able to use that custom area tool outside of your geography. Let's see if it looks like it is allowing me to do that, which is interesting. I'll have to check into that because you should. That's interesting. I didn't even notice that. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I just wanted to double check that. That's great.
Yeah, you should not be able to, so I will certainly double check. You are not allowed to drop a pin. So if I drop a pin, I can't drop a pin in Winter Garden.
I gotcha. See,
So,
I see that, yeah. Okay.
But drawing a custom area, that is interesting. Yeah, okay. You're not supposed to be able to do that, so I will check into that.
All right.
This is a tool for your community.
Yay.
Yeah. You know, technology is an interesting thing. You always find out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's kind of interesting. I mean, if it does work, we can do some comparatives if necessarily. So.
Well, you might want to do that really quickly before they make a change to it.
Right, right.
Anyone else have a question or something I can help with?
I was going to say, Kathy, can you touch on the workforce data real quick?
Sure, be happy to. All right, so up at the top, let me clear this tool. And we'll stay within Lake County. Up here at the top of the map, we have a header that says workforce. If you select workforce, you have access to these workforce and demographic tabs up at the top of the map are for showing heat maps to give you an idea of workforce in an area. And Lake County Economic Development has chosen Jobs EQ as their workforce data. So this is Jobs EQ data. And so this is 2-digit occupational codes. So if you wanted to see, for instance, where healthcare practitioners and technical occupations are within Lake County, select that and then choose map. I'm going to scroll out a little bit. And what comes up is a heat map. And I'm going to turn on the legend so you can see what the different colors show. And this shows the different densities of these practitioners within the area. So you can click on a polygon to find out the underlying data. In zip code 32778, and I should note that all of this Jobs EQ data is shown by zip code, so you can view this workforce data by zip code. There are 1,854 healthcare practitioners and technical occupations earning an average annual wage of $72,900 within this particular zip code. So you can view the data either by clicking on the polygon to view the underlying data and also by looking at the legend. You can actually open two at one time. So this is healthcare practitioners and technical occupations. You could compare that to architecture and engineering and map that as well. And then if you look at your active tabs, you have 2 active tabs and you can toggle between the 2 if you wanted to compare the densities of 2 different occupations.
Very nice.
Yeah. Additionally, I did talk about how you could use the share icon here to share properties, but there's a share icon on top of the map too. So if you wanted to share with somebody where the densities of healthcare practitioners and technical occupations, where this workforce is, you could share this map simply by using this share link at the top of the screen, copying that and pasting that into an email to share with somebody. And similarly, you may also use the print icon to print this map. So a lot of options for sharing this data with other people.
Does anyone have any questions for Kathy on the workforce or demographics or any of the custom reports? Bear in mind, if you have any questions that pop up later, you can always contact me or Mary Ellen at our office, and we'll be able to work through your questions to get you the correct answers. And Kathy, do you have anything else to share?
I think that's it. I think we've.
Great. Well, thank
Tracy,
you. Yes, Miriam.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to add a little bit for the municipalities, especially as far as, so, I mean, we are super excited about this new tool. Technically, we officially launched on the 12th of October. And in addition to GIS WebTech, we've also partnered with a company called Resimplify that helps us with kind of, I'm going to say active, and then I'll explain what I mean by that, but active property feeds. So basically on a monthly basis, Resimplify goes to the market, checks and see what's sold, what's available, sends the information to GIS WebTech, and then GIS WebTech updates it for us. And that happens somewhere around the beginning of each month. But so, and the reason I wanted to bring that property piece up is sometimes there'll be a property that you know about with at the municipal level that may not be listed or may have been missed. So we ask that you guys stay in touch with us so we can help. I can get that information to resimplify to get it added onto the GIS WebTech so it's out there for the site selectors and everybody that's taken a look. So we look forward to like continuing to work together to make this even better for the county as a whole and for each individual municipality. So keep that in mind. And it looks like Bob has a question.
Thanks. You just answered part one or the first question. Thank you, Mary Ellen. I was going to question that where the data came from and how we could add properties and so forth. So thank you for that. Just another simple one. I guess this is for, I don't know, any one of you. How do we access? Do we just go to your website and access this? We don't need any sort of a code or PIN or anything like that?
No, that's correct. You just go to our elevatelake.com website and find properties. And under that find properties tabs, it takes you directly to the platform.
Wonderful. And we
So
could
go
we
ahead.
can link this to our website as well, correct? Is that
Great, absolutely, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And just to let you know that the GIS WebTech platform is the same platform that Enterprise Florida uses. The beauty about us contracting directly with GIS WebTech is we're able to customize a lot of the information specifically in Lake County for Lake County and for you guys instead of going more toward a more generic view.
wonderful? Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Oh, I was just going to say, and another added benefit is these properties, all the properties that are added here and shown here are also synced into Enterprise Florida. So you're getting the double exposure.
Right. So in other words, if a prospect is looking at the state of Florida and they're on the Enterprise Florida database for their platform, they're basically seeing our sites that you see on our platform, correct? Good.
That's correct. They're all these properties are also showing in Enterprise Florida. Yep.
Great.
Looks like Larry may have a question as well.
Yes, Larry.
Yeah, it's not really a question, it's just a statement. It seems like the timing is impeccable because I had somebody call me just before the meeting actually, and I was able to direct them to this site and they were very impressed. It was kind of funny coincidence. I just wanted to bring that up.
Great, thank you. Another
That's
thing
awesome.
too, we were talking about the land use and zoning. Right now, all the land use and zoning, as far as the layers shown, are with Lake County unincorporated zoning. We are starting to work with our municipalities to try to see if we can get those the city zoning feed into this same portal as well. So, someone could come in and get into this platform, and that way they can actually see city zoning as well as county zoning. So that's a process that we're going to be looking at moving forward.
The other thing to add about that is the layer that is entitled commercial parcels. That layer will show parcels that are zoned. Well, zoning is not the right word, Larry. I may need your help on this. When we created the commercial and industrial layer, we used the tax appraisers terminology instead of the zoning layer. That way it shows industrial properties or commercial properties within a municipality, unlike our zoning layer can only show the unincorporated Lake County zoning at this time until we continue working, like Tracy said.
I'm going to chime in there on that. Yeah, those are the land use codes is what we use from the property appraiser. So.
Thanks. I couldn't remember the right word.
No worries.
Yeah, Bob, do you have another question?
I don't.
Okay, you're just high-fiving us.
Oh,
Okay.
my hand was still up. I'm sorry.
No worries. Just want to make sure we're answering everyone's questions. All right, does anyone else have a question? Okay, seeing none, we'll just continue with our program. Thank you, Kathy, so much. We really appreciate you taking the time today and giving us a quick tutorial. I know this is just scratching the surface of what this awesome platform can do for us, and we really appreciate that. And of course, to everybody else that's on the call, if you kind of get more, you start using it and you get more into a deeper dive and you have some questions, please feel free to call us and we'll get those answered for you.